This Nstp CWTS module for college students serves as a guide in the implementation of National Service Training Program Civic Welfare Training Service or Nstp CWTS 1 in compliance with the Nstp Act of 2001 known as Republic Act 9163 and in accordance with the newly revised implementing rules and regulations dated November 13, 2009. The topics tackled are based on the minimum standards of the Nstp common modules and specific modules and on various references and sources aligned with the program content suggested by the Commission on Higher Education and Technical Vocational Skills Development Authority or TESDA. This module focuses on CWTS as it aims to encourage, develop, and train students to become efficient and effective civic leaders in the community. So you are very much welcome to this module. You are very much welcome to listen to my explanation to this module. And everyone is welcome for this topic that we will be discussing throughout this video. I hope you will love this. God bless us all. Good day, my dear students. How are you today? I hope you're doing fine. This day, I'm going to present to you the very first lesson in our module, which is the Nstp program. Aligned with this is the Republic Act 9163 or known as the Nstp law. This lesson introduces Nstp in accordance with its newly revised implementing rules and regulations or IRR. The Nstp components are the ROTC, the LTS, and the CWTS. Nstp helps to instill value of nationalism and patriotism to all students, known as the youth who will be our hope for the next generations. These values must be integrated for them to express their love and loyalty for their country. Tayo ba, mga kabataan, minamahal pa ba natin ang ating bayan? Alam natin sa ngayon, nakikita natin sa ating paligid na yung mga kabataan natin, hindi na sila nag-iisip sa kapakanan ng bayan. Iniisip na lang nila ang kanilang sariling kapakanan. Although, maganda rin naman yan, pero mas maganda pag iniisip natin yung ating kapakanan, iniisip din natin yung ating bayan. Sino ba tayong mga youth, yung mga students? Tayo yung kinabukasan ng ating bayan. Sabi nga ni Rizal, the youth is the hope of our fatherland. So, kailangan mahalin natin ang ating bayan. You know, our youth of today is not anymore focused on loving our nation, but they were focused on other social media platforms like TikTok, like Facebook, na yung kaligayahan lang ay pang sarili. So tingnan naman natin yung kaligayahan na para sa ikaunlad at ikagaganda ng ating bayan. Itong mga youth natin ay tinatawag nating hope for the next generation. Kaya kailangan ma-integrate natin yung mga values na dapat natin i-integrate sa ating mga sarili. Kaya dito sa Nstp program natin, sa ating institusyon, mayroon tayong program na mag-instill ng value of nationalism and patriotism to our students so that our students will have their grasp, maiintindihan nila kung ano ang ikabubuti at ikagaganda ng ating bayan. Mahalaga yan para sa ating mga kabataan na matutunan nila ang pagmamahal sa sarili nilang bayan. Civic consciousness and defense preparedness are significant things that the student must learn. They will undergo various trainings for disaster preparedness, first aid, and inculcating defense preparedness in defending our nation from various forms of threats. This is in line with students' participation in nation-building activities. Dito sa ating Nstp program, mag-hire tayo ng mga experts about first aid and disaster preparedness. Bakit? Para tuturuan kayo upang mayroon kayong kaalaman kung paano natin lalabanan ang mga darating na sakuna sa ating komunidad. Kasi alam naman natin, iba ang may alam. Pag may alam ka sa isang bagay, mas madali mong i-resolba. Like for example, pag nakakita ka ng isang aksidente, pag alam mo o pag may alam ka sa first aid, mas makakasave ka ng buhay. Sa mga panahong may bagyo at may lindol, pag alam mo kung ano ang dapat gawin, mas maiiwasan mo ang mga disgrasya, mas maiiwasan mo kung anuman ang mga mangyayari sa panahon ng sakuna. At ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, nakakatulong tayo sa ibang tao dahil alam natin kung paano gawin at paano maiiwasan ang mga pangyayari o ang mga disgrasya, lalo na sa panahon ng sakuna. Issue about defense preparedness. Kung may mga threats tayo sa pagsakop sa ating bansa, kung may threats tayo sa terrorism, nariyan tayo sa Nstp para tumulong sa ating gobyerno, especially kung kulang na ang forces ng ating Armed Forces of the Philippines. Tayo as the reserve forces will help the government in protecting and defending our nation. Kaya mayroon tayo sa Nstp yung tinatawag nating ROTC. So, itong tatlong components ng Nstp, malaking bagay talaga ito. Nakakatulong tayo sa mga tao sa komunidad, natuturuan natin yung mga out school youth na mga bata, o yung kahit yung mga bata na nasa paaralan, natutulungan natin yung mga tao na maging handa sa kung anumang mga sakuna na mangyayari sa ating komunidad. The Nstp Law or Republic Act 9163, also known as an act establishing the Nstp for tertiary level students, amending for the purpose of Republic Act 7077 and Presidential Decree number 1706 and for other purposes, was signed by former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo on January 23, 2002. It is a consolidation of House Bill number 3593 and Senate Bill number 1824 passed by the House of Representatives and House of Senate on December 19, 2001. It has made ROTC optional since the first semester of school year 2002 and 2003 and has allowed the students to choose from ROTC, LTS, and CWTS as a requisite for graduation. Noong araw, ang ROTC ay sa mga lalaki lang. 2 years yan. Mayroon tayong subject na tinatawag nating military science or MS. MS-11, MS-12, MS-21 at saka MS-22. So, 2 taon kukunin yan sa college kasi requisite yan sa graduation. Hindi ka makakapag-graduate pag hindi mo kinuha yan kung lalaki ka. Sa mga babae, optional naman sila kung gusto nilang kumuha ng ROTC as an ROTC officer. Pero sa mga lalaki talaga ito, ina-apply yung ROTC natin 2 years. Wala pa nung araw na CWTS at LTS. Pero noong mga late 90s, mga early 2000, nagkaroon ng ng malaking issue ang ROTC program sa mga institusyon. Kasi mayroong issue about hazing, issue about may namatay dahil sa pag-aabuso na nangyari sa iba't ibang mga institusyon. So, dahil dyan, naalarma yung ating Congress at nabalita yan sa buong Pilipinas. Isang malaking issue yan. Kaya dahil dyan, nag-convene yung Senate at saka House of Representatives at saka nagkaroon sila ng isang bagong batas na gagawing optional yung ROTC. Kaya sa pag-convene nila sa House of Senate and House of Representatives, nakabuo sila ng isang batas na tinatawag nating Republic Act 9163 at pinirmahan nga ito ni Pangulong Gloria Macapagal Arroyo nung araw. At ito nga, nagbibigay sa estudyante ng karapatan na mamili sa tatlong opsyon o tatlo na yung tinatawag nating components. At saka ginawa na lang ito nilang 1 year, yung ROTC, yung CWTS at saka LTS. So optional na, ikaw nang mamili, pero babae ka man o lalaki, kailangan mong kumuha at pumili ng isang component. Still, requisite pa rin yan sa graduation. Kaya hanggang ngayon, yan ang batas na ini-implement natin sa ating mga schools, mga universities, private man o public, yung Nstp na. So Republic Act 9163. Babae ka man o lalaki, kailangan mo kumuha ng isang component kasi requisite talaga yan sa graduation. Hindi ka makakagraduate pag hindi ka kukuha ng isang component. Pero ang ganda nga lang nito, mayroon ka ng pagpipilian tatlong components kung saan mo gusto. Kasi yung iba ayaw naman ng ROTC, yung iba ayaw naman ng CWTS, yung iba ayaw naman ng LTS. So ngayon, ang students mayroon na siyang karapatan na mamili sa tatlong components na gusto niyang pagpilian. So it's up to you as a student na pumili kung saan component ang gusto mo. With this lesson, we have the following learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students are expected to demonstrate understanding of the National Service Training Program, recognize the Civic Welfare Training Service as the component of NSTP that aims to help alleviate social problems through different community services, and express commitment to be actively involved in various communities. There are 3 components of NSTP based on Republic Act 9163. These are the following: the ROTC or the Reserve Officer Training Corps, the LTS or the Literacy Training Service, and the CWTS or the Civic Welfare Training Program. These are the 3 components of NSTP that students must choose in order for him or her to graduate, because this is part or requisite for graduation. The ROTC or the Reserve Officer Training Corps was institutionalized under Section 38 and 39 of the Republic Act 7077. It is designed to provide military training to motivate, equip, organize, and mobilize the youth for national defense preparedness. It shall instill in them the value of patriotism, moral values, respect human rights, and adherence to the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. For Literacy Training Service, it was designed to train students to teach literacy and numeracy skills on school children, out of school youth, and other segments of society in need of such services. And for CWTS was designed to involve students' actively participation of community activities, contributory to the general welfare and betterment of life in the community. It includes enhancement of facilities, especially those devoted to improving health, education, environment, entrepreneurship, safety, recreation, and morals of the citizenry. The DND or the Department of National Defense, the CHED or the Commission on Higher Education, and TESDA lead the implementation and monitoring of Nstp. Their primary function is to oversee if the program being conducted in schools is in consonance with the newly revised IRR dated November 13, 2009. Dito sa ating ROTC program, tinuturuan tayong maging isang estudyanteng disiplinado na mayroong respeto sa ating kapwa. Tinuturuan din tayong maging mapagmahal sa ating bayan. At inihahanda tayo, lalo-lalo na sa mga darating na mga threats sa ating pamahalaan, lalo na threats sa gera, threats sa mga kalamidad. Inihahanda tayo dito para tulungan natin ang ating bayan sa paglutas ng ganitong klaseng mga problema. Dito sa ROTC, tinuturuan tayo na maging isang disiplinadong mamamayan na may pagmamahal sa ating bayan. Inihahanda tayo ng ating gobyerno para tumulong kung sakaling may mga threats na magaganap sa ating bayan, lalo na sa threats sa gera. Kapag hindi na kaya ng ating Armed Forces of the Philippines yung pakikipaglaban sa mga anumang klaseng threats sa ating bayan, tayo ay inaatasan na tumulong sa ating pamahalaan para magkaroon ng mga extra forces na magagaling sa ating mga reserve force. So, nakahanda tayo para sa anumang klaseng mga threats na mangyayari sa ating bayan. Kaya nandyan ang ROTC para i-train tayo. Sa ngayon as a student, i-train muna tayo para maging handa sa kung anumang mga sakuna o anumang mga threats pagdating ng araw. Kaya nandito yung ROTC natin. Dito naman sa Literacy Training Service, dinidisenyo ito ng ating batas sa Republic Act 9163 para tulungan yung mga bata na magkaroon ng o ma-improve yung kanilang mga skills sa literacy at saka numeracy. Lalong-lalo na yung mga bata na out of school, yung mga hindi nakapag-aral. So yung mga estudyante natin sa LTS, sila yung mga tumutulong pumunta sa mga communities para tulungan yung mga bata na magkaroon naman ng kaalaman sa literacy at numeracy. Kaya karamihan sa ating mga institusyon, mga universities, itong LTS ay nasa College of Teacher Education na Department. Pero pwede rin naman yung mga taga-CTE na kumuha ng CWTS or ROTC. Depende pa rin yun sa gusto nilang mangyari o gusto nilang kukunin as a requisite for the graduation sa Nstp. At para naman sa ating CWTS, ito ay dinidesign ng ating batas sa Republic Act 9163 para naman yung mga estudyante ay matuto tayo makilahok sa kung anumang mga activities ng ating mga communities, no? Kasi mayroon tayong responsibilidad na tulungan yung communities natin sa pamamagitan ng mga iba't ibang mga activities na ini-implement. Tayo naman sa CWTS, mayroon din tayong mga programs na makakatulong din para sa pag-angat ng isang community. Katulad halimbawa ng pagpo-promote natin sa yung kalinisan, no? Kalinisan sa ating community, isa rin 'yun, no? Kasi nandiyan yung contributory to the general welfare and for the betterment of life of the community. So kasama na ron ang yung mga pag-improve sa health. So kailangan nating maging malinis para yung katawan natin maging healthy tayo. Yung sa environment natin, kailangan nating tulungan yung ating kalikasan para magkaroon tayo ng magandang hangin na nalalanghap sa araw-araw natin. So kung titingnan nga natin yung City of Manila ngayon as model city sa buong Pilipinas, yung program talaga ng gobyerno ng Isko Moreno, Yorme Isko Moreno, talagang napakaganda para sa kanyang communities, sa lahat ng mga tao nagtutulungan. So dahil dyan sa magandang leadership na pinapakita niya sa kanyang community, kaya nagkaroon ng magandang na-establish yung magandang pamamahala sa siyudad ng Maynila. So So we go now to the coverage of the Nstp law. The Nstp law covers the following. First, all students, both male and female, enrolled in any baccalaureate degree or two-year technical, vocational, or non-degree courses in public and private schools must complete one Nstp component of their choice for 2 semesters as a graduation requirement. So, kukunin talaga natin yan kasi graduation requirement yan. Second, all higher and technical vocational institutions, public and private, must offer at least one Nstp component. So, requirement talaga yan. State universities and colleges must offer ROTC and at least one other Nstp component, namely LTS or CWTS. This is self-explanatory. But for Philippine Military Academy, Philippine Merchant Marine Academy, Philippine National Police Academy, and other uses of similar in nature, in view of the special character of these institutions, are not covered by Nstp law. Yung mga schools na mayroong mga courses ng criminology or yung sa PNPA, exclusive talaga yun for ROTC. Private higher education institutions and technical vocational institutions with at least 350 student cadets may offer ROTC and consequently establish and maintain a Department of Military Science and Tactics, which is still subject to the existing rules and regulations of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So, kailangan talaga na ang isang university na institution or private higher institution and other technical vocational institution magkakaroon ng at least 350 student cadets for ROTC. For Nstp CWT's vision, to train students to become innovators of social change with a culture of excellence and leaders with integrity, competence, and commitment to render service to the community. Ito yung vision natin sa CWTS. Second is to develop the youth, the values of patriotism and national pride, discipline and hard work, integrity and accountability for nation building, and volunteerism as valuable and effective members of National Service Corps of CWTS. So isang napakagandang vision ito para sa ating program. So I hope na kaya natin itong gawin para sa ating Nstp CWTS subject. And for the CWTS mission, Nstp CWTS aims to promote and integrate values education, transformational leadership, and sustainable social mobilization for youth development, community building, and national renewal and global solidarity. Napakalawak ng ating mission. No? By, number 1, providing relevant activities that will contribute to the physical, intellectual, spiritual, and social development of students. Second, inculcating in students values of leadership, patriotism, and social responsibility. Third, training students to become project planners, designers, and managers of innovative and sustainable community service-oriented projects. Fourth, conducting capability enhancements for civic welfare services geared toward preparing the youth to become results-oriented social entrepreneurs. volunteers, and socio-economic mobilizing force that serves communities as value-driven innovators for progress. Fifth, working closely with a network of organizations within and outside the higher education institution. 6. Creating opportunities where students can render direct service to the community. So, ito yung mission natin sa Nstp CWTS. Kaya ba natin? Kakayanin natin. Para saan? Para sa ikabubuti ng ating sarili, ng ating bayan, ng ating mundo. Kasi pag hindi tayo kumanap sa ating tungkulin bilang tao na naninirahan sa mundo ito, magkakaroon ng isang hindi magandang kinabukasan ng ating bayan. Kaya tayo bilang mga youth as of today, since according to Sir Rizal, we are the hope of our future, of our fatherland, kailangan nating umangat, tulungan natin ang ating sarili na maging mabubuting individual, mabubuting tao na makakatulong sa pag-unlad ng ating mga komunidad, lalong-lalo na sa pag-unlad ng ating bayan. Magsiservisyo tayo sa ating mga communities para ma-experience natin, maranasan natin kung gaano kaganda ang pagsiservisyo sa ating kapwa. Bilang isang youth, tinitrain tayo sa ganitong uri ng mga activities para magkaroon tayo ng karanasan, at sa pagdating ng araw, kung tayo naman ang magiging parents, ituturo din natin to sa ating mga kabataan, sa ating mga anak. So, kailangan lang natin na maging matibay, matatag, at maging mabuting estudyante, at i-train natin yung ating sarili na maging leaders, no? Para tayo gumanap sa kung ano-ano mang mga tungkulin na dapat nating gampanan bilang isang tao. Tsaka isa din sa mga misyon natin yung pagmamahal sa ating bayan. Inuulit-ulit natin yan kasi sa ngayon hindi na tayo masyadong focus sa pagmamahal sa ating bayan. Masyado na tayong naging makasarili. Inuuna na natin yung ating sarili. Walang tayong pakialam sa kung ano mang nangyayari sa ating bayan. So we are challenged by Nstp program to be innovative, no? To be a leader that can transform persons to become good leaders also, that can transform other youths, our students to be good leaders also, so that we can help build this community to become a great nation as a whole. So that is our mission. Kaya ba natin? Kakayanin natin yan. Nstp CWTS fosters the following values. Number 1, love of God. Number 2, human dignity. Number 3, discipline, truth, goodness, and social responsibility. Number 4, awareness, innovation, and creativity. Number 5, respect, synergy, and professionalism. Number 6, excellence and indigenous learning. Number 7, protection and conservation of environment. Number 8, quality service. Bakit kailangan natin itong mga values na ito? Kasi makakatulong ito sa pag-hone sa atin, paghulma sa atin, upang kung tayo ay nagsiservisyo na sa ating mga community, handa na tayo sa ating sarili. At kung handa tayo sa ating sarili, magiging epektibo tayo ng mga nagsiserve, ng mga estudyante nagsiserve sa ating mga community. Kailangan natin itong mga values na ito. Nstp CWTS helps develop and inform self-reliant communities by encouraging inter-government agency cooperation and providing complementary assistance and support to facilitate socio-economic progress, environmental management, and delivery of basic services geared toward uplifting the well-being of the people. The NSTP-CWT's strategies follow an integrative approach to community development, which unites the people, local officials, civic leaders, and non-governmental organizations. The NSTP-CWTS1 is a 3-unit non-academic course for students who opt to take the CWTS component of NSTP. The minimum standard of NSTP is the development of the common and specific modules set forth in the IRR. NSTP CWTS1 spans the total of 83 training hours for 2 semesters and includes the 7 topics and the scope of instructions as follows. Number 1, self-awareness and values development. Deal with the nature of self, personal development, roots of the Filipino character, nationalism and patriotism, and good citizenship values with core Filipino values. Number 2, leadership training discusses the concepts of leadership, human behavior, communication motivation, teamwork, time management, and decision making. Number 3, dimension of development cover global, national, and local issues on letter A, health, education, entrepreneurship, recreation, and morals of the citizenry and other social welfare concerns such as voters' education and poverty alleviation. Number 4, community exposure and agency visits refer to the nature, development, and approaches in community work and community building. Number 5, community needs assessment includes knowing the community and the community needs assessment process, survey, and actual conduct. Number 6, community services dwell on drug addiction, health education, medical and dental, environmental education, entrepreneurship, and culture. 7, program evaluation tackles the fundamentals, development, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the program. Aside from being a graduation requirement based on statutory laws of the land, it also helps the student instill the value of nationalism and patriotism. This will also enable them to develop the spirit of voluntarism in the delivery of services to the community and for the nation as a whole. What makes it beautiful is that when students learned everything about its mission and vision, it will help them to gradually understand that aside from being a student, they are also part of the community, and with that, they can be part of the nation-building activities. So napakalaking bagay pag tayo o pag siniseryoso natin ang course na ito. Kasi marami tayong matututunan mula umpisa hanggang pagtapos ng ating semester. Maraming mga bagay tayong matututunan sa ating sarili. Magiging isang innovator tayo, magiging isang leader tayo, magiging isang entrepreneur tayo, no? Magiging isang youth tayo or student tayo na may pagmamahal sa ating sariling bayan. Kaya seryosohin natin ang pag-aaral sa Nstp CWTS 1 kasi nandito yung mga magagandang lessons na matututunan natin para sa ikaunlad ng ating sarili at sa ikagaganda ng ating